Not every tragic loss is for everybody. And I know that sounds harsh, but hear me out. The news has been full of Charlie Kirk's death. And I want to make something clear. I'm not celebrating anybody's death. I certainly don't wish death upon anybody, but am I torn apart that a woman-hating, racist, and xenophobic person who said black women literally don't have brain processing power to be taken seriously, who promoted and incited violence until his last word is gone? No, I'm not. My empathy and compassion has boundaries. And if you've lived in survival mode as long as I have, you know that limits are not a flaw. Boundaries are protection, and you are allowed to protect yourself. Empathy is a powerful thing, but that doesn't mean self-abandonment. I did that for a very long time. But you know, it is possible to acknowledge someone's humanity. You can acknowledge someone's humanity and still not agree with what they stood for. And I'm not just talking about harmful public figures. I'm talking about any toxic relationship that you've been in, a toxic boss, a bad workplace situation. And you can definitely acknowledge someone's humanity without excusing their harm. What I'm trying to say is take care of yourself, enforce your boundaries, and be unapologetic about it, because it's clear that everybody else is. Selectivity is not cruelty, it's wisdom. Society pressures us to be endlessly forgiving and endlessly compassionate. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm fucking exhausted. Healing is actually about discernment. It is about figuring out who deserves your care and your access and your brain space. Because sometimes the healthiest thing that you can do for yourself is withhold your energy or bring that energy back in and put it towards yourself. This podcast is for anyone who is absolutely done with overextending themselves and feeling like they get nothing back. Because I get it. I have been there. I feel your pain, trust me. You don't have to overextend yourself just to seem good or to keep the peace. You really don't. And once you realize this, I promise you, your life is going to seem so much lighter. And also, healing doesn't mean becoming endlessly tolerant. That's a great way for you to burn yourself out and put others before yourself. That's not what we're doing here. And we're learning to put ourselves first, and we are learning to be unapologetic about it. When harmful public figures pass away, we are asked to be endlessly compassionate. Honestly, my compassion has run out for certain things, and I'm not going to apologize for it. And you shouldn't either. And that's really what Rebuild Different is about. It's not about me sitting here and telling you just what I survived. It's about sharing what I've learned along the way and what I'm still trying to piece together. Because the old me, she was strong, but exhausted. But the more evolved and more healed me, still strong as fuck, but with boundaries. And that changes everything. So if you are rebuilding too, after heartbreak, after illness, after any kind of traumatic experience, after life has always slapped the shit out of you, this space is for you. You are not doing it alone. Before I go, I'll leave you with this. I used to think that setting boundaries meant that I was being mean. Let me give you an example. Right after I had my stroke, someone asked me for help with something. And old me would have figured out a way to do it, would have said yes. It would have drained me further. But in that moment, I literally, physically could not do anything. My body just wouldn't let me. And in that moment, I realized that saying no was for my own personal survival. It wasn't mean. It was for literal survival. And I want you guys to get to a spot where you can do that too, unapologetically. Now, years later, I don't need a medical emergency to remind me to protect my energy. And I want that for you too. All right, that's it for today's episode of Rebuild Different. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm Epiphany Paige. If you vibe with this episode, hit that follow and subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. And if something that I said made you think of a friend that's rebuilding too, please send it their way. You can also find me on Instagram at Rebuild Different. Please DM me Tell me your stories. Tell me what you're rebuilding. I would love to hear it from you. Until next time, remember, you are not broken. You're just being rebuilt different.